What's the tea? Yeah.
We're back.
Yeah, about time. We've been, Lord, putting it off, because child, time be timing and life be lifing,
Does it?
But it's okay because we're getting back in the swing of things of what's the tea and everything on the Mo Diversity YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
But it's me, the geek and the judge, Avia.
Period.
What's tea? What's going on with you? How was your week?
Oh, it's good. Everything was pretty smooth. Getting ready for Mardi Gras break from Monday through Wednesday, so I'm just chilling right now, enjoying my 6-day weekend. Enjoying my 6-day weekend.
Come on, 6-day weekend. We love to see you. Yeah, I'm happy because it's my weekend too. I ain't got a 6-day weekend. I get a 3-day weekend next week because with this new position, we get rest days in between training. We get our second rest day next week. So I'm excited because I get a little 3-day weekend and I'm just gonna chill and relax. It's the beginning of March, starts tomorrow. Got some good things happening in March that I'm actually excited about for my personal self, and I'm also excited for the things that we're brewing for the Mo Diversity channel as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we are here today to talk about, in our opinion, one of the best comedies that I've seen in the last couple of years. It is, to us, one of the best comedies of the year, and that is One of Them Days, starring Keke Palmer and SZA, a duo that I did not know I needed. A duo I thought I did not need. They had me shook. I ain't even gonna hold you. Even from the trailers, I was excited because I love both of them. I really do. I love both of them. I love who they are as creatives and artists, Black women. So I was super excited. SZA is definitely in my top 5 artists anyway. So I've been obsessed with SZA since the Control days, and so her EPs and shit. But to see her manifest into what she is now has been a beauty to watch, and that's the same for Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer has been around us since our younger days, and just to see her grow and manifest to the Black woman and Black actress that she is. How did you feel when you first saw the trailer for One of Them Days?
Oh, I loved it. It got straight to the point without giving it away. Because a lot of the funniest scenes weren't in the trailer, and the trailer did exactly what it needed to do. It showed us the circumstances of these two young women. They have to find their rent money. They had to find a way to get their rent money by the end of the day, and they kind of showed us a little bit of what they go through, but it did not give us the whole picture. And I loved it, which just made it a pleasant surprise going into it and watching all the stuff that they get into. So I enjoyed the trailer. And when, before that, when they released the press about, the casting and all that, I was like, oh, Keke Palmer and SZA, this is interesting.
Right.
Oh, okay, and Issa Rae's going to produce it? Oh, okay. So everyone, because I had my eye on it for a while. And, once the trailer came out, I was like, oh, yeah, this is good. How sometimes you just watch a trailer and you're just like, oh, yeah, this is going to be good.
Right.
And I had that feeling watching the trailer.
Yeah, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, I already knew what type of time it was, and I was like, is they really going to give it to us? Are you really going to give it to us? Are you really going to do what I think you about to do? And I'm a person, and I know I'm probably going to sound crazy when I say this, I like comedies, but I don't like comedies, because there was times where there would be comedies that I felt like that would be forceful and forcing me to laugh, or it just felt like the jokes didn't land. And there's some comedies that I do enjoy, but comedy is not my go-to genre. I love my horror, I love my sci-fi, I love my supernatural, I love my superheroes, all that. And I love documentaries too. But comedy, it will be the last before I'd be like, I'm not pressed to go see a comedy. But I was very pressed to see this because of Keke Palmer and because of SZA and because of what the trailer presented to me. And like you said, it did not give me too much. It didn't give me too much that I was like, oh, I know the story. No, it gave me just enough to be entertained, have a little cackle through what I saw from the trailer, and then be invested to actually go to the movies and be a butt in the seat. They got my butt in the seat, and I was excited when they got my butt in the seat. Me and my best friend went to go see it, and oh my God, you talking about? And we actually went to go see it on Martin Luther King Day.
Period.
We went to go see it on Martin Luther King Day. That is so funny. We did, and the crazy thing about it, my theater was packed, and I was so excited about that because when comedies come out, it's either you got the it factor, or you got some A-list celebrity, or you got something that is attracting. For instance, Pineapple Express. We all know what Pineapple Express is. I think everybody has seen that Pineapple Express, and I feel like everybody loves that movie. What else? I'm trying to think of big comedies that have came and how they just had these big names and these big storylines. Girls Trip. That's another one. Girls Trip. I love Girls Trip. Now that is another one that I did enjoy. Love Down. Like, it's just a lot of different comedies that, I was just like, one of these ones, is this going to be the one? Is this going to be the one that really gets the butts in the seats and not, I don't want the people to see because what it's given. Because I was seeing people already comparing it to Friday and stuff like that. And I was like, it is what it is, but it depends on what the story, the chemistry of the two main characters, what happens in the story, how does it evolve, how do they develop? That's all that matters. And you got to make me laugh. And when I say I was entertained, I was entertained. What was your initial thoughts actually going to the theaters and sitting down and finally seeing this movie?
I knew it was going to be funny. And from the trailer, the chemistry between Kiki and SZA looked good, but just going into and watching them on screen together, I'm like, oh, they have it. Like, they have it. This chemistry is off the charts right now.
Right.
The script is solid. And can we just give because people don't give writers enough credit. Can we please give Serena Singleton her flowers? Because she wrote a fantastic script.
Did really, 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 really good. And I can't wait till we actually get into the script because a lot of people was not understanding, was not vibing with what was happening. But yeah, keep going.
And then Lawrence Lamont, who directed it, fantastic. And then Issa Rae producing it, like the trifecta of behind the camera, which also made it work as well. Because this is a Black story, specifically a Black female story. And just seeing these two young women who are, in my opinion, they're polar opposites, but they're also the same, which is why they work so well. Like, you have Drew, Keke Palmer's character, and then you have Alyssa, who is SZA's character. Drew is a hard worker, working her way up the corporate ladder. She works as a waitress in this restaurant, but she's trying to get a corporate job. Alyssa, who is a kind of like, not like day school, but she just goes with the flow. She's very spiritual, and she's, she lets God guide her, and she says it in the film, like, God got me. She just goes with the flow. And she's an incredible artist, and she's not living up to her full potential as an artist. So you see these two polar opposites at the same time. They complement each other very well, and just watching them, how they interact with each other, was just like a breath of fresh air. It's like, oh, this is it. That's pretty much what I was saying to myself when I was watching this movie. Like, this is it. This is it.
Yeah, it was really great to finally watch it. Like, I was hooked from the first 15 minutes. I was laughing like it takes a lot for me to laugh. I'm just saying, because like I said, comedies is not my go-to, but I was already kikiing and ha-haing in this movie. They introduced them well. As far as like the opening scene and everything, I think it was a great storyline, and them having to deal with the consequences of what happened. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was really good.
Now we got to get into specifics because just like number one, Keyshawn, he when TLC was singing about no scrubs, he is a scrub to the highest degree.
Scrub.
Leech, like that boy is a leech, and just the whole reason why this even starts in the first place is because Alyssa's boyfriend Keyshawn, who's been staying with them for like 6 months, pretty much takes their rent money and uses it to invest in his own business, and now they have to pay rent, and it's like, Alyssa, what are you doing? Why did you even give him the money in the first place? And she was stigmatized, which I think was funny. That scene just, I hollered. Because after, and it went viral on Twitter. It's like, girls feel like to turn to stone. Just the face that she made, the face that Kiki's made was hilarious. But yeah, Keyshawn ain't no good.
I will say she picked the right person to play Keyshawn. I've laughed at a couple of his videos on the viral world, and he had the perfect, vibes to play Keyshawn. Like, he did a really, really good job. I was laughing at him too. And was looking at him. Nah. It was funny though. He was funny.
He was funny, and then Cat Williams was hilarious. But the funniest scene to me was the payday loan scene. Like that scene,
with Cat Williams.
that was like that was too. Like, if you didn't have the money this month, you're not gonna have it next month.
Right.
But not just that, but when they actually went to the because she was a scene stealer.
Oh, you're talking about the lady that was working behind the desk.
Yes,
she was clocking AT. I'm sorry, she was definitely clocking AT as she should.
Yes. Let's give Keila Mia her flowers, because that to go against to play against Kiki and sister like that and hold your own. And just laugh, like when she checks the credit score, Drew's credit score, and she just starts laughing because her credit score is like 122, and she just laughing, just cracking up. She's like, I've never seen a credit score this low.
Right. She ate down. I want to say, you always got to have some type of enemy, some type of, but Bernice, oh my God. I was living for Bernice, especially when her and SZA was having that the little exchange when she was trying to, get to the house or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny. Oh, Bernice was acting her ass down. Like, I was hollering at her. Not Bernice the bully. Yes, the bully. Yes. Bernice the bully. Oh God, it was so funny.
Yes, and she played it so well, because she was like, at first you can see that after they left the apartment and she ran into the truck and everyone was videoing it. At first she was like, it is what it is. But as soon as she saw everyone's phone in her face videoing it, she's like, okay, I gotta get them. It's on site.
It was that public humiliation right there. She was like, I'm too hood for this. Y'all not about to put me on the internet like this. I'ma handle these girls today.
No, you said she called them hoes. You said it right. She called them
them hoes. Hoes is whores, whores is hoes. But nah, she did her big one. She was very entertaining to watch. She had that, the antagonist vibes that they needed to have to, have that roadblocks and different situation, and having that other point of view of, she being with Keyshawn, the fuck boy, and everything like that. So, that was very interesting to see, and it was really good on the play of the storyline versus what Drew and I forgot her name. Drew, what SZA and Kiki was going through. What they was going through, it was a good contrast and development, and like it was very good to have that. Speaking of Bernice, the whole apartment scene with them in that apartment was funny too.
Yes. Like when Alyssa goes in there, Keyshawn laying in the bed, like, you are definitely a fuckboy. Like what? Like you were sleeping in their apartment just a few minutes ago, and now you're at her apartment sleeping. Like, get out of here! Like,
get your ass up, get a job.
Like, go somewhere. Like, what? I'm glad at towards the end that Alyssa was like, you know what? I don't need you. Like, please get away from me. Like, you're not good for me. It's like, I'm just glad she got Keyshawn out of her life at the end. Because, like, he didn't do me no favors at all.
I will say I do like the different character developments of Drew and Alyssa and their friendship, because their friendship was put to a test. Alyssa let her, whatever you want to call it, take their money, and then they had to try to come up with a plan. And I mean, they came up with all different types of plans, trying to sell plasma, trying to get along, and just seeing the stress and everything that they was going to get to it, and then have that resolution, while on top of Drew having an opportunity of elevating herself in her career for what the job that she had, and being able to franchise the restaurant that she definitely was doing, her big one. I love that whole opening of her being in the restaurant, because working in the restaurant, I used to work in the restaurant, I vibe with that. So I literally saw myself as a server when I used to serve before I was in management. I saw myself, and one of those things is, you're trying to be noticed and do the best you can to elevate yourself in that type of position. And I think she was just trying to do the right thing for her life and for her friend at the same time. But I think the development with her was, granted, with everything that I'm going through, I'm still going to press to the mark, and I'm still going to press to my goals. And with everything, she still pressed her ass to that damn interview with them stripper clothes on. And I mean, I was hollering. I was like, no, she's not about to walk in here with these damn pantyhose, these panty leggings in.
But she made it work. She
made it work. Put the coat on, put the damn button up, and went in there and put her face on, her good face on. What I will say for
Gabrielle Dennis, who played Shayla,
I like her. That was the interviewer, right? I liked her. I really did. I liked her personality. I liked her vibes. I liked the businesswoman and the aspect of it, and I also like the realness of it. This is what this is who you is. This is what you do outside of work. This is what you're gonna bring into my establishment with this good personality, this good professionalism and everything. But I also like how Drew had the switch to turn it on, turn it off. And I do appreciate her for not leaving Alyssa out there by herself.
Right.
So that was also a test of the friendship, because it's like, even though I see you out there getting your ass whooped, I'm gonna go on out here and do what I gotta do to be, support you, even though I'm gonna get my ass whooped too. But it was I think that's what I love, was the story beats and the developments of those two characters, because even though they was mad at each other out there at that moment, they still had each other's back. And some friends cannot be honest with each other, but I did appreciate the honesty that we saw between them. Yeah, they was pissed with each other. Yeah, Drew was mad because, girl, you messed up my bag. And then of course Alyssa was mad at her, because she's like, girl, you just always downing me. But what I do love is that I do love the fact that Drew made her realize her own potential in her artistry as an artist.
I love that.
That was like the icing on the cake and the best development of the whole entire movie. Everything that they went through, Drew was still there for Alyssa to push her to the limits of who she was as an artist, because Alyssa didn't see that. And I mean, after everything that they've been through, Alyssa was able to harness that, that power and that friendship and that encouragement and be able to sell the art. Before we get into the whole biggest plot, the biggest plot twist of it all, I do want to talk about one character, what I think is the MVP of the character. And that is Maniac. Maniac. Yo, Maniac. Man.
I loved it because his whole characters don't judge a book by its cover.
Okay.
I love, because when we first see him, Drew goes to Mama Ruth's. Every hood got a store lady. And Drew goes to Mama Ruth's, to get some stuff before she goes to her apartment. And we see Maniac come in, and we think he's just some hood dude, like do-rag, cut off shirt. We think he's just some, dude around the neighborhood that gets in trouble, that Drew has a crush on. And know who's that? But he's like, no, that's not who he is. Because towards the end, first we see that he would like Drew too. Well, let's get that straight.
He was definitely feeling her and definitely had his eye on her.
Mm-hmm. And I love it. Like when Drew first meets him, we see how awkward she is talking to him because we see, oh yeah, girl, you down bad. You
down bad, but I understand, girl. I understand.
Down bad, girl. I don't blame her at all. I can't. But I love the awkwardness because that's a true reaction. Like, would you play it cool if a sexy man like that came and started talking to you? Would you play it cool like that? Like, I don't know.
That was the realness of the whole. I feel like every situation and vibes that we were seeing as the story was being built was real situations. Just like when he came and got them something to eat and everything, he wasn't even judging them when they was like vibing and eating their food and everything. He wasn't vibing. But what I did like was, Drew was still a little like, I don't know, is this man a serial killer? Is he a drug boy? And then seeing that axe and you like, oh, and I ain't even gonna hold you. When I saw the axe, I said, oh shit. This mother, he is the plug. He is a henchman for the plug. He is a henchman for the plug. But I do like that mysterious. I think that was my favorite development of the movie, was the mysterious behind who Maniac was. And I love that they kept giving us hints and hints and hints and hints until it was finally revealed. I think he, like I said, for me, when it comes down to the characters in there, he was the MVP for me, just because of how he was written, his vibes. The actor did really, really good. So shout out to Patrick Page. Put him in more movies and comedies. Yes. Put him in some action and some drama. Hell, put him in a horror movie too, and then bring him to the MCU. No shade. But you said make him who?
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy. Patrick Cage deserves more, just because I feel like he might be an underrated actor just because of how he performed in the movie. I think that's what I was drawn to, is the development of how he was acting and what he was given far as the script and how he displayed it. How he brought that character to life was a brilliant. Like, it was hands down, like I said, he's the MVP of the movie just because of how he was acting and how he brought Maniac to life.
And also, the scene after this, I'm going to make another point, but after the scene where Alyssa is on the pole trying to get the Jordans off the
yes.
You see him look worried. Like, you see the can I spoil it now?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But you see the firefighter, because we find out at the very end he's a firefighter. So we see his worry, what's the firefighter in him kind of come out, but you didn't really notice it until when you see it in firefighters. Oh,
right.
Oh,
it was so brilliant. Like, kudos to the writer. I'm like that. the build up to that I was gagged. Like I was like, of course he the fireman. Yes, save your woman. Like, oh, it was so. When I say it was so perfect, how it all came together. Because no shame, I was like, how are they about to get out this house? What's the T? Like how? But it was very cool how he just busted up in there, swept them off her feet, and then the reveal, the slow mo, and you okay? Ah! I was so shook and gagged. Like, I was like, oh my god, that was like the best part of the movie. We can't also forget about the big baddie with the Jordans, King Lolo. I think they did really good with that. Because you have your sub protagonist, which was Bernice, but you also have to have your big boy protagonist. You have to have somebody who is your Debo. Which, like I said, I get it. You can say that it has some Fridays aesthetics, whatever. But you gotta have your Debo in there. And I appreciate King Lolo just because of when Drew has finally embraced her artistry and selling her not Drew. Alyssa is finally selling her art and everything. And here come King Lolo, come crashes the party and everything. But it was just so cool to see them have that interaction with him and them still have each other's back and King Lolo get, out of here like he was supposed to. That was so funny because they low-key felt like they called child protective services on him because he needed some child support.
But can we also talk about how resourceful they were? Like this whole we have to give them,
movie.
We have to give them their 10s for being resourceful because it's like
they had clothes, they ate, and they still had ride, and they used their feet, Bob and Mary's.
Right.
They was resourceful.
Right. Like soon as they found out they had to get the rent, the first thing they did was try to get a loan. That didn't work out. Second thing they did, donate plasma. That didn't work out. Third thing they did, got the Jordans. That didn't work out like they thought it would. But everyone thought it was because they were so close. Like they were so close with the Jordans. Like they were so close, but it didn't work out. And then it finally did because they would make sure I get Bethany. When Bethany moved in, they actually like talked to Bethany. They used her as a resource to try to make money by using her as doing like this by curating an art show to sell Alyssa's artwork. And it worked, and they were able to make the money that was owed.
Shout out to Bethany.
Shout out to Bethany, and we had to give, we got to give them their 10 for that. Those whole 9 hours, they were hustling, trying to figure out a way to make this money.
And they made their money.
And they made their money.
So, if you haven't seen One of Them Days, you need to go on ahead and buy it on digital. From your Apple store, your Play Store, if you got an Apple, Google phone, I don't know, Prime, you need to get the movie. Get it and watch it. Even when it streams, I can't wait to watch it again. Like, it's literally...
I just watched it. I just watched it again.
I literally love that movie. And like I said, I'm not a comedy person. Comedy is not my go-to. But I was really happy and pleased that I was happy that I had the opportunity to see that in theaters because it was well written. The characters was great. Like I said, the comedy didn't feel forced. Like I've watched some comedies where I feel like, you trying to get me to laugh, and I don't like that. Like you forcing me to laugh. But I felt good watching it, and I felt like I understood what the assignment was being created. And they did a really, really, really good job with One of Them Days. So if you haven't seen it, you need to check it out.
Absolutely. And one thing I appreciate about it is it showed studios that, number one, Black women can lead comedies. Like,
yes!
We can lead comedies. That's number one. We can do it. And it made its budget back. And it did great at the box office.
Right.
It did great. So studio execs, anybody listening, pay attention to this outcome. Like, I know DEI now, the DEI program is shut down, but look at the results of the
Right.
film coming out. Like it made its budget back, made 2 times. Like invest. Like don't be scared. Invest in these type of stories. People want to see them. If the box office numbers indicate anything, it's that people want to see these comedies. And the fact that it's been a long time since pretty much since Girls Trip that a black female comedy led the box office. Like, come on, like now is the time to invest in these stories. Now is the time.
Yeah, that's why I made it. I said I was gonna go see this in theaters because I wanted to make its money, and I was so happy that a lot of people went and saw it on opening weekend. I was so happy because I was kind of worried because two black leads in a comedy, you don't get that in theaters like that. So I felt I had to. It was my duty to go see this in theaters so that it could make its money, and I'm glad to know that it made this budget. And I can honestly can see Kiki and SZA doing another duo together. And maybe it's not a sequel to this, but I can also see them doing something else. It's a mutual on Twitter. I have to, I'm going to plug them next time we on, but they made a very good point. Kiki Palmer needs a variety show.
Yes. She's way too talented to not have one. Like, she's way too talented.
Like old school variety show like Cher and them had where because Keke Palmer can sing, she can open it up with an opening number, almost make it like Saturday Night Live, but it's like this variety show that's her, she could be interviewing people, but I just feel like she would excel so well with that. But I do feel like she's gonna get more movies, and I also want to see her in more horror movies because she did really great in Nope. Like Nope was really good. I would love to see her in more horror movies or thrillers, but I do want to see her in more comedies. I really enjoyed that. I really did.
And SZA did fantastic. Like
they be sleeping on my girl.
Just that natural charisma that she exuded, like. And Kiki's natural charisma that we all know that Kiki has, just her just going pretty much pound for pound with Kiki as far as acting with her. It's like she has it. So cast her in more things. And also like comedy is such a niche genre that it is hard to do, and it's hard to do well, and it's hard to truly like hit the notes, hit the beats, like to where like Mike said, like I'm not forced to laugh. And just the overall film did an amazing job with this type of comedy, and it's fantastic. And
I don't think there will be a fresh comedy like that ever. I think original storytelling is hard to come by, and I appreciate the original storytelling of this. And I don't think we'll have an original comedy like this in a long time. It'll be a while before I can feel this. It'll be a while before I feel that somebody can do what they did. Like, but 10 out of 10 for me.
Oh, same. It's my new favorite.
Definitely my favorite comedy of the year. Like, definitely my favorite comedy of. I'm trying to pull up something. I'm sorry. I keep looking. Is that it? There it is. But definitely my favorite comedy of the year. Like, I was obsessed with that movie when it first came out. I couldn't stop talking about it. I was telling everybody at work, go see this movie. Go see this movie.
Like, word of mouth is what made it. Like, not just the critical reception, just the overall word of mouth. Like, y'all gotta see this. Like, y'all gotta watch this movie. Y'all got to. And I knew I was gonna see it in theaters. I knew for sure I was gonna see it in theaters. And just watching it, because it's been a minute since I've seen the comedy in theaters. Just watching, like, this is my happy place. Like, just laughing and having a good time and enjoying and like, no notes.
Definitely no notes. Just make more movies, please. Just make some more movies, because I really enjoyed that one. Like, I was really happy that I got to see that in theaters. It was a good time. Definitely a good time. Some more happenings on the Modiversity universe this weekend. Well, tomorrow We will be streaming on Twitch. I just put the Twitch link, our Twitch link in our chat. If you're not following us on Twitch, go follow us on Twitch. We've been playing some Fortnite, some Marvel Rivals. We are going to get back into some Call of Duty and play some zombies because we have a new zombie map. We're going to also play some other new games. You might see us cut up on Uno tomorrow. I think we are starting off with Uno tomorrow night. So come watch us play some Uno and then make our way into the rival skies. What else? And then possibly Sunday. I got to make sure everybody is on a quarter. But if you didn't know, this week on CBS, Beyond the Gates premiered. It is a new soap opera. Yes, soap opera. I said it, soap opera. It comes on every day for an hour.
We get it, Aaron. We get it, Q. We get it.
Payday 3. I ain't playing Payday 3. I named 4 other games before Payday 3. Y'all can play some Payday 3. I will be playing what I named. But this week on CBS, we now have an original all-black cast soap opera called Beyond the Gates. We did talk about the season premiere on Monday. We did like a little 30-minute special, so that is on our YouTube right now. So go check that out if you want to get a little sneak peek of what the story is. But we will be reviewing week 1 on Sunday, possibly. I think it'll be Sunday just because we're streaming Twitch tomorrow. We might do it tomorrow. I just got to see where everybody's at and how they feeling. But Sunday will possibly be the day where we will actually talk about week 1 in a full. And today we ended on you ain't finished. You said you only 15 minutes into these episodes. I'm going to just keep my mouth closed and just tell you, if you got CBS, watch it. If you work from home, watch it at 2. If you don't, watch it when you get home because it's streaming on Paramount Plus. So don't feel no type of way. If you can't catch it at 2:00, you got Paramount Plus. That's where also Yellow Jackets is. You better plug it and watch it because I'm telling you, don't get too far behind on this because I think we are in for a special treat. I grew up watching soap operas like Passion's Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. So I'm super excited that I have something fresh to watch as a soap opera because I've been wanting a soap opera and I've been blessed with one. Ever since this was announced, I've been excited. We have not had a black family-centered soap opera since generations. We've had Passions that had, one set of family, but they were like the sub-characters, but they still had a nice, storyline and development and everything. And then, we do have characters, we do have some people of colors in the current soap operas, but this one is mainly focused on this one family and other families that's around, and it's super good. This week 1, Act 1,
crazy already.
Crazy already, and Avia has to go finish it. But yeah, that's about it. That's all we got this weekend. So Twitch on tomorrow night. So follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter. Catch you soon. Anything else from you, the judge?
I've also been watching Yellow Jackets. I'm a big fan of Yellow Jackets.
I gotta watch tonight's episode because I didn't watch last week. I didn't watch last week's nor this week, so I'm gonna watch them both back to back out the Drag Race.
We're gonna talk about it on What's the Tea.
Yes, I'm ready because I don't. It's the girls is girly, they really are. But we have a new tradition at More Diversity, so let me get that started. Every time. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you next time.